Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about reducing problem behavior and overview. I'm Dr. Smith and psychologist and rehabilitation practitioner. So all behaviors are functional or that is having a cause. Functions or causes may be escape, that is to avoid something, tangible or attention to gain something, either attention or some materialistic thing, or sensory, that is to gratify the self stimulation, to provide calming situation. So identify the functions of the behavior helps to understand how to decrease problematic or undesirable behavior. So to identify the function of behavior, clearly identify the conditions under which the behavior is occurring. So analyze the immediate effects, reaction to, change in the condition immediately following the behavior. So keep a log of the situations under which a behavior occurs, who is involved frequency of the behavior. So who, what, where, with whom. So we have to log out these points. So A, B, C, we see this the pattern of identifying the functions of the behavior. A is for antecedent, that is what is triggering the behavior. B is the behavior, actual behavior shown, the action like hitting, using abusive words or anything, self harm, etc. And the consequences are the effects of that behavior and others' reactions too. That may be rewarding, that's why his or her behavior is continuing. So, common antecedents or consequences we can list out. For example, if the behavior is hitting or screaming, I have taken this example from the analysis of by case history taking of the mentally retarded individuals having the behavior problems. So antecedents were too much noise, asked to do something, lack of activity, change, lack of communication, and task difficulty. And the consequences were escapes, that is to avoid something that he doesn't like, stops, get out of doing request, that means he is gaining some gratification, avoiding a particular situation by hitting or screaming. So everyone's attention is getting, so attention and escape is the main cause or function of this behavior in this example. So reducing problem behavior, eliminate or modify the triggers that set off the behavior, build in positive supports to help reducing the likelihood of the behavior, try to minimize the reinforcing consequences that maintain the inappropriate behavior, identify and reinforce a more appropriate alternative behavior that serves the same function as inappropriate behavior, make it more rewarding the appropriate behavior than inappropriate behavior. So how we can do this? By differential reinforcement, the most important technique. So it is selectively reinforcing either the absence of negative behavior or the presence of positive alternative behavior, like DRO, differential reinforcement for other behavior. For example, a child is getting rewarded for not hitting in the classroom to others. DRL, differential reinforcement for lower behavior, like for example, a child is doing less mistakes while working his homework or classwork, the teacher may get reinforcement. DRA, differential reinforcement for alternate behavior, that is a child is raising hand and not yelling in the classroom, he is paying attention in the classroom. So this alternative behavior, that is a good behavior, a positive behavior, so or more acceptable behavior and not a problematic behavior is rewarded. So DRI, differential reinforcement for incompatible behavior. For example, a child that used to hit his classmates and he is putting his hands on the lap and not hitting, so this incompatible behavior can be rewarded. So by using differential reinforcement in classroom teaching or at home also, we can reduce the problematic behavior by just changing the antecedent and consequence situations. So ABC, this is very much essential for identify the causes or functions of the behavior, and this is the main thing on which we can plan out the behavior modification program of the individual.